Eddie, welcome to my first podcast. We're doing a video recording, or actually an audio recording. How are you today?
How is everybody? I'm doing fine, Carolyn.
Amazing. So to give a little introduction, I recently worked with you on a probate transaction that you sold your mom's house. And just to give everyone the context, officially closed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we wanted to do this interview with you because you had a very interesting situation in your probate case, family dynamic, and with your scenario. So we wanted to kind of share this with the viewers and give people an example of what's possible in selling real estate and probate and everything like that. So I guess we could kind of start it off with, you want to tell everybody where you currently are right now as far as your current state?
I'm in Florida State Prison right now.
Okay, so you're in the Florida State Prison system. And would you share who was the one that passed away?
Well, my mother passed away in 2020.
2020, okay. And you were incarcerated at that time as well, correct?
Yes, I was, Carolyn.
Okay. Do you want to share a little bit of the story of what happened? You were incarcerated, mom passes away, and how did it all roll out with?
Well, I wasn't aware of the situation at the time until my ex-wife had contacted me while I was in prison and let me know that she passed away January 2020. My sister was aware of the whole situation, knowing very well where I was at. She tried to keep it from me, I guess, during this whole process.
I was just going to say this, with you being incarcerated, would that basically mean that you had been disconnected from your family for some time?
No, I was connected with my mother before. I saw her 2 months prior before I went back to prison.
Okay.
I had been released, went back on a conditional release, got to spend a little time before she, I guess, before I went back inside. And then when I went back inside, lost contact again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mom passes away, you get notified from somebody outside of your family, your ex-wife, you said, and then what happened next? What was the...
Well, the thing was this, I went back in 19 in late November, right before the holidays. And then she passed 2 months after that, and it was kept from me. My sister didn't want to tell me what happened. So eventually, my ex-wife contacted me and let me know about everything. She contacted my sister, went to the funeral, and it was bad. It was just bad. Family, disputes. So during the time, my niece was living in the house. My sister was living in South Carolina and trying to take the house, not letting me know that the house was going. She let the house go into foreclosure. They stayed in the house, didn't pay rent for 2 years.
I forgot about that part. You guys were in foreclosure, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
They took her leave, and the house went into foreclosure.
Your mom had a reverse mortgage on the house.
Go ahead, honey.
She had a reverse mortgage, right?
Correct.
Okay. She had a reverse
mortgage.
But
Florida state law states that even though there's a reverse mortgage, the heir is still responsible for it.
Right. So when she passed in 2020, there was you guys hadn't filed probate or anything at that time.
Well, my sister did at the time because there was other assets that were involved. There were bank accounts, there were vehicles. She got to take control of that. But when it came to the foreclosure part, and when the mortgage company filed with the courts, the judge was refusing my disappearance. the judge said, you got to find them. So the judge would not let my sister have the house totally by herself. So eventually, after 2 years, when my ex-wife finally contacted me with the news and everything, I let her know, we have the house.
Right.
But my ex-wife is an attorney, and she says, there's nothing really I can do. But she did not want to be involved with the dispute with me and my sister. He let it go. So I myself filed motions from Florida State Prison and contacted the courts. That eventually took 2 years because Corona hit and everything got backed up. But then they found me. I made it on good behavior to a program in Miami called Miami North Work Release, where I got a job and started doing it, and now I will be released back into my society.
So I had gotten involved with you guys
Absolutely.
in 2022. So yeah, I had gotten in contact. Your sister was listed as the personal representative for the probate case, and I had contacted her, and like we do with everyone that files and just says, hey, we see that you had a pending probate case. We wanted to see, if you guys are interested in selling the property. So she had told me that, yes, you guys were trying to sell the property, but that I guess you had a cash offer that had came in. And then when you guys were doing the payoff for the mortgage, the cash offer didn't even barely cover the payoff. And so that deal died, correct?
To some scenario, she had the cash offer. She's the one that did that. She got the probate. Once they found me, once the mortgage company found me and served me with the papers and listed me in the action suit, she was stuck. My sister, prior to that, had contacted some rinky-dink firm that, I call them headhunters, that go around and offer people cash money for their houses in probate cases. She had set up a contract with this gentleman. Then he contacted me. As soon as the papers were served to me, he got in contact with me. Then she knew she was stuck. So, boom, I researched all the paperwork. He tried to smooth me and do all this and that. And I wasn't even aware till the end when the payout, we were going to take it. But I never signed the papers with the gentleman until the end, until he gave me the price I wanted. But then when he did give us the price that we wanted, the payout in the foreclosure was more than the payment that we were getting paid.
So at that point, then the deal fell apart.
Boom, invalid. That's when you came into the picture,
right,
and fell in love with you. That was it. That was it.
So the funny part is, there's this, huge family dynamic, right? And I think that's
absolutely.
I think that's like a huge part in real estate and probate that a lot of people it doesn't meet the eye, like at face value. They think that, it's a house, it needs to be sold and it's a probate. But a lot of times what is happening is the probate, there's a family dynamic behind it. And your case is a perfect example of you were incarcerated, you were in prison, you are an heir of the property. It sounds like from your description that you and your sister don't have the best relationship. You guys are the two beneficiaries, and now you're the one that have to actually work together, right? To now get this property sold so that you can walk away with an inheritance that your mom, of course, would want both of you to have. When you're selling a house that is going into, that someone has passed away, and especially in your case, your sister was living in another state and you were tied up, okay? You couldn't do anything with the house. She couldn't do anything with the house. There was a family member living there, but they didn't have the means or any relationship really tied to the house that they would want to put effort to like fix it up and do a bunch of stuff for the, you know what I mean? So you have almost like a distressed family. And then you have a house that hasn't been quote unquote prepared to be sold. Okay. And this is very, very common when it comes to probate and real estate. So when I contacted your sister, she said, if you can deal with my brother, you know, she was like, if you can handle my brother, then yeah, let's work together. But I highly doubt that you'll be able to handle my brother. And she made you like the big bad wolf. So I said, all right, let me give it a shot and see what it is. So she gave me your phone number. Remember, I called you that day?
Yes.
And I introduced myself, and this is who I am. And me and you hit it off like perfect.
He's in the pod.
Yeah, we were like, I'm like, this guy's no big deal. I'm like, I can handle this guy. This is not a problem. I was like, perfect. And so from there, once we knew, because in her mind, you were the biggest problem. Okay, it wasn't the house. It wasn't the condition of the home. It was you. It was, you were in jail. You were hard to deal with. Like, there was just family strife there. So I had told her, listen, you don't got to deal with him and he doesn't have to deal with you. I will be the mediator between the two of you and help you guys get to the finish line. And that really is, I think, what sold our partnership, the three of us, and getting it done. And then we went over to the house, remember? We did an evaluation to see what is possible. Your sister was dealing with cash people, right? Because it's a complicated scenario. The house hasn't been prepared. There was repairs that need to be done. Nobody was keeping up with the grass. The home was dirty, like hasn't been cleaned. It was full of stuff, right? Mom's stuff was still there, remember? Like, it was what, like 3 bedrooms full of stuff?
Yeah.
3 bedrooms to the ceiling packed with stuff. And so we went over there, did an evaluation and said, listen, we can remove all of Mom's stuff, get the home professionally cleaned, cut the landscaping, do some work, do some yard work, and we can sell it for, what did we end up selling the house for? Do you remember?
$500,000.
$500,000. And you previously had an offer, a cash deal for how much?
$325,000.
$325,000. Look at that. And it was a big challenge because, again, your sister's in another state. You were not available. And so you had to put a lot of trust in me.
Absolutely.
A lot. And I remember when we didn't really know each other too well at that time, you kept telling me, like, Carolyn, like, you know, like, you know, like, you better not take me down a road where we're going to end up, like, selling you a false dream, right?
Yes. I said it a couple times, yeah.
Right. So when we told you that we could sell it for $500, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, I'm just curious, what was your perspective in that process while we were actually doing what we said we were going to do?
You know, at the beginning, Carolyn, I've had so many people calling me. Then I was dealing with another issue because I had an attorney, which my ex-wife was on the case to. That was a whole win world. I just didn't know who to trust anymore. So at the end of the day, I said to myself, you know what? You did not stir me wrong from the beginning. You were honest. And I put all my faith in you. And I have to tell you, 100%, you did it with love and care, passion. You are great, and you were there every step of the way. I mean, come on. You did not stir me wrong from day one. You were honest with every point, literally. It was amazing. The experience we had, I mean, believe me, every day was not peachy. Dealing with me is not easy. That's for anybody, and I understand that. And my sister's right.
Yeah.
But whatever power you have in you, you did a damn good job.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. And, you know, the thing is that people go through probate maybe once or twice a lifetime. So me, when this is my main gig, like I'm dealing in these family dynamics, dealing with these houses that are distressed, or your house was, nothing was terribly wrong with your house. It was just, it looked distressed because nobody had given it attention.
No tender loving care.
Yeah, just.
My mother tried. We've had that house for 40-something years. Close to 50 years, that house has been in the family.
Right.
And during the years, my mother did everything she could with that house. She put all her love she had in that house. And then I've been gone for a long, long time.
Right.
So I wasn't there anymore.
It was just like no one, when she had passed, nobody had really taken charge, right? And the grass was way overgrown. It was like a jungle in the backyard, like literally. And the house, no one had removed mom's things from the home. So it just kind of was like a museum.
I can imagine.
And then the house, you know, just wasn't necessarily cleaned and kept up with. So it was, when we go in, we can evaluate and say, listen, I can pull out my bag of tricks. I can get this thing cleaned up. I can do this. I can do that. And I can sell it for you for absolute top dollar. You get my name, absolute top dollar.
Yes,
but I have to do a couple things to get it there. And if you were out and if it was a regular scenario, like you and your wife owned a home and you guys wanted to sell it to go buy another property, these are things that you would do, a normal homeowner would do, is they would clean up the house, they would get the landscaping done. You know, putting something up for sale, it has to be prepared. Otherwise, it's going to look distressed and you're going to attract distressed offers, you know? So we, you know, did what we did. We got the house sold and, you know, and it was a huge step of faith. But, and like you said, the waters got rough because dealing with real estate, you know what they say, the most stressful times of your life is death, divorce, and selling real estate. Okay? So you take the two of the most stressful things, death, the loss of a loved one, and real estate, and put it in two. It's very stressful. So the way that you reacted in certain moments when you know, lost your temper, and both your side and your sister's side, you know what I mean? There was stressful moments on each side, you know? We're professionals and we know how to deal with it, you know, and we know how to help you see the bigger picture and get to the finish line. And we did, you know, we successfully closed. I remember. How many times did we talk during the transaction?
I'm sorry.
How many times did we talk during the transaction?
I have to say.
Every day?
I'm trying to pinpoint down a number, Carolyn. So
hold on. If I was an attorney, how many hours would I have billed you?
60.
That's a funny thing. I just got off the phone with a guy, and he's like, I don't want you to call my attorney because he bills me $300 an hour. And I'm like,
you better believe it.
What? I just start billing by the hour because how much talking is involved in this process?
A lot.
A lot of talking.
It's just not even talking. I'm going to tell you something. It's the way that you deal with people, Carolyn, because you're doing yourself. You have your job to do, and you're trying to be the best person you can, and you're trying to communicate between two people that don't get along. On top of that, you're trying to sell a house. So you're trying to level out the waves. And the way that you deal with people, Carolyn, is absolutely phenomenal. Just how you do it. You know, and nobody, I can say nobody does it better than you. You are, when it comes to this business, you are absolutely the best. Absolute top dollar. No, will not stir you wrong. Will not stir you wrong.
So what's the positive outcome? We sold the house, and what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, okay. Tomorrow is the big day, folks. I will be leaving Florida State Prison to start my life.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing is, look at what a blessing, you know, like I didn't know the timing of things and how everything is, but you know, because you sold that house for absolute top dollar, you didn't sell to just the bottom feeder investor, you know.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, it's, you know, of course, you would want your mother to be present and to be here, but she, you know, she left us here in this earth, and you're getting out, and now she left you an inheritance to start your new life, you know? Like, it's a beautiful thing. Is if you were to work with that investor, you would have gotten probably not even like $10,000 or whatever, you know? But now you have something to start your new life with and continue, and so it's beautiful. I'm happy that you trusted me. And I'm happy that, you know, your family, you know, got to make the best out of this scenario. So, moving forward, who is your realtor for life?
Carolyn Castillo.
Woohoo!
Absolute top dollar.
Absolute top dollar. Does it again. Does it again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eddie, for being on this call and sharing, you know, your family's story with us. And we're going to share this with everyone so they can learn and see what we do. It's not just about real estate. It's about the people. So thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you
for everything you've done for me.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.
Let's go. Congratulations. Woo, let's go. It's closing time, baby. Yes, sir. All right. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, guys.
Hey.
We're so glad that we were able to help you through this whole transaction. Thank you for entrusting us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And God bless you guys.
Yay.
Yes, you're welcome.